Wait till I sit.
Show some chest.
Hey everybody, welcome to
Two cooks.
And one server.
I'm Steve, this is Ace.
And I'm Nick.
We're have some fun topics to talk about here today. We're going to go over common sense, the weather and how it affects the workplace environment, and general busyness, and of course favoritism in the workplace. But of course, we got to start off right with our shots.
Cheers.
Cheers, y'all.
Down the hatch. All right. So first topic, common sense. What lack thereof there is in the workplace these days. Now, I've definitely had my experience with it. You see someone working, whatever they're doing it is, or whatever it is they're doing, they're getting the job done, but it's kind of like they're doing two steps when one will suffice, kind of a thing. So Ace, do you have any personal experience in lack of common sense or what have you in the workplace?
Man, if I had an actual list of all the times that I had people not use common sense, then we wouldn't have trees. It'd just be that bad. On a daily basis, I will have people that put stuff in the wrong spot, unrotate things. Like, I go behind guys all the time. Like, yo, we all worked in the restaurant industry. Like, yo, these are just simple shits. Like, I had dudes that don't even know how to cut bread. Like, what? I'm gonna let you go for a minute. Like, I just really just like think about this because like it makes it like almost makes me mad when I think about how many times people just don't use common sense because it's supposed to be common. Yeah.
Becoming harder and harder to come by these days. Can I say something?
I mean, just general common sense with tables. Like, if you have any issues as a server and problems with your tables and their orders, you probably should just let a manager handle it and not just spout whatever comes to mind and try to fix it yourself, because it just always goes worse.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, you don't ever have like server problems with like other coworkers that not like just place you've been at right now, like before, that couldn't use common sense.
I mean, yeah, generally there's always a problem with servers, especially people it's their first time working on a serving spot, just not having any clue of like basic bringing, I don't know, your table napkins or just talking to your table,
menus and stuff.
keeping ice, anything to keep y'all going like fluidly throughout a rush, just doing absolutely nothing for like the benefit of the team, and ultimately it's going to screw everyone over, including yourself. So close enough to common sense. You would think.
And I would think like people understand like staying stocked up and being prepared and having your station ready to go for the day be common sense, but it's not. It is so not.
No, you can come in for a lunch rush and have absolutely no lemons cut,
nothing.
no teas made, you're out of everything, and you just sat 7 tables.
Total shit show right off the bat.
Yeah.
And on that note, people who don't know how to find things in like the walk-in. I can't tell you how many times I've had to go in there because someone's like, we're out of French bread, or I can't find the pecan glaze, the Jack Cheddar, and I walk right in there, precisely to where it is, not a stop, just a smooth entry. Here it is, here you go, pat on the head, not go to work.
No, I got one better because like similar to what you're saying is like something to literally be right next to where it normally would be at. And these people can't, like, their field of it or their vision of whatever, you got it. And they can't see past where that one spot is.
In a server's defense, you told me it was walk in, go to the left, and it's on the second shelf. It wasn't on the second shelf, so we must be fucking out of it. You didn't tell me to go in and look on the second shelf and then maybe look around.
Because servers don't like control the walk-ins and like different areas where stuff is being prepared and put at. I get that. But like cooks, like they should know.
They spend a lot of time in the walk-in.
Yeah. You had to prep half of this. You know what you put it next to.
Yeah.
Also, common sense for taking care of food. You cannot just leave something sitting out and leave it sitting in a window for 30 minutes and then go, oh yeah, I can resell this and take it to a table. Your bread is stale, your food is cold. You should not take that to a customer because you think it's going to make your order faster.
That's an employee meal right there. That's all that's good for.
Or
If-
trash.
Or trash.
Or trash.
Good point. That is a good 30 minutes in the window, right?
Or you could work in a restaurant, eat a burned waffle, and then have your boss say you don't get lunch for the day because you ate the burned waffle.
Oh, that's fun.
Alright, hold on. I got a funny story,
The
man.
chocolate waffle.
Yes. Many years ago, this guy, older cat, was given a waffle, and he was told it was a chocolate waffle. Mind you, these cooks were assholes. And they literally burnt a waffle and was like, you know what? Let's go give it to this old guy. And he gave it to him, and yeah. He learned it wasn't chocolate. It
so
wasn't
excited when he
chocolate
got
at
it.
all.
It didn't just get burnt. They left it in the waffle iron for like half a day.
Yeah, but this is like
so it was
before,
dark chocolate
yeah,
waffle.
this is like before
that
me,
was some chocolate shit. Like that's
me and Steve started working there. And
Yeah.
like, this was a minute ago, and it's pretty funny.
it was so funny they merit talking about it for like 3 or 4 years after it
Yeah,
happened.
we're still talking about it.
Very
Holy
true.
shit. It's
No, the
been
guy
damn
who
near
did
10
it though,
years.
yeah. Chocolate waffle. How do you not know that if there weren't chocolate chips on top of the waffle?
Yeah, it was just a full-on chocolate waffle. That's
I'm
what I
not gonna
thought.
lie, having absolutely zero forewarning of this conversation, y'all brought up chocolate waffles from asshole cooks, and I was way more worried about where this story was going. I'm really relieved it was a burned waffle.
Sigh of relief. Man.
Anybody else got anything else before we start talking about this?
Common
weather?
sense for customers. Don't take the mat shot. Don't eat the free food. It's probably not good.
Yeah.
Hold on, what? Y'all give out free food?
Well, no, if a place comes up and they're like, oh, you can have this for free, just, compliment to the chef. That got fucked up or it's too old to sell, and they want y'all to be happy. It is not specifically made for you to be special. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish somebody would give me free food. I would just like,
Always happens at the sushi spots.
yeah.
Always get
does
a
it
random
really?
extra roll
See,
for no
if I
reason.
get an extra sushi roll, I'm kind of weary of that.
That's what I'm saying, but that's because you cooked before. If you have zero experience in the kitchen, you're like, oh, dope, free things. They love me.
Well, that you see who you're eating too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, that's going to be on Netflix next week.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure y'all go see that because
It's not a
Waiting is
movie.
hilarious.
It's a very accurate depiction of the work environment.
As much as you think it's a comedy, it's not as outlandish as you would think from an actual restaurant.
It's more of a
Right?
documentary.
Yeah.
A documentary with a really good celebrity staff or cast.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Mm-hmm. Not everyone plays that game though.
Yeah, some people are nerds.
Anymore. I felt like the games like that were played in that movie
Came
are
from somewhere.
yeah, no, they totally came from somewhere. But like you can't do that in a workplace nowadays.
No, you cannot.
Like it's so much more peace.
You hit some backwater town and it's the
Okay.
one burger. I feel like you could get
I
away
mean
with it.
there. I
Yeah.
mean like bigger cities though, like
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That
it
wouldn't
definitely couldn't happen because everything's PC as fuck.
Or possibly in the super big, like New York City, that one little random hole in the wall place.
Yeah, you can get away with whatever.
Yeah, but
If you got bodegas, you can do whatever you want in the kitchen.
yeah, pretty much. hmm
So weather?
Yeah,
A wonderful day to choose for.
Yeah, right.
perfectly
Since it's
rainy day
shitty
outside. Been cloudy. It's been raining since like 10 a.m. Yeah, very fun. Cloudy, depressing. It's like Seattle out there.
I mean, it makes everybody depressed, and at the same time, everybody want to come out to eat at the beach.
Yeah, I've never got that point. It's like whenever like I was a kid and it rained outside and we were planning to go out to eat, we didn't go out to eat because it was nasty outside. We stayed in and cooked and like hung out and shit. Now people they see the rain, it's like an invitation. It's like, oh thank God it's starting to rain, we can go outside now. We can-
Almost especially if it rains on like a big outdoor holiday, like 4th of July or Labor Day rains. Nobody's making burgers at their house, but they're all gonna come to you for a burger.
Well I can see
Oh, no,
like
for sure.
I can see on holidays that happening because they were planning on doing stuff anyways.
But
And
that
they were
one
like,
you just get swamped.
oh yeah,
It's because so many canceled barbecues, so many canceled plans, and you get a whole like 20 tops of like family barbecues coming to sit down.
people are just trying to make something happen and unfortunately you have to deal with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
I can't wait till the next snow day, just cause I need a snow day.
It's the
I mean,
one.
we ain't talking about weather. I just need a snow day.
It's the one inclement weather where you don't have to worry about working.
No, fuck that.
I don't know what jobs you have.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're probably the only place that actually opens up when it snows. So we're always
That's
busy
very
true.
every snow day.
Multiple nights where it was like, oh yeah, it's gonna snow tonight, and it'll hit like 6 o'clock and it starts snowing. We're open to like 10 or 11 at least. And then it's 8 o'clock and there's like 6 inches of snow on the ground, and everyone's starting to look around. They're like, "Can you make it home? You drive a Prius. Are you gonna be okay?" But we don't close until we run out of customers. As long as somebody comes in to buy something, you're gonna stay open and figure out your way home later.
Yep.
As fucked up as that is
Yeah.
for the employees. So if it comes to that point, it's really shitty outside. Just save a server or a dishwasher from driving home in that. Just
Order pizza. Just order pizza.
No, fuck that. Go to the grocery store. Fuck it.
Nah.
Yeah, because then the pizza guy, or no, yeah, if you have delivery for pizza,
Yeah, he chose his life.
if he dies, he dies.
Because what you're saying about us means nothing.
No, not for pizza guys.
Well, those
Pizza guys have the same oath that the mailmen have. Neither rain nor sleet nor snow will stop their route.
the unsung heroes of the modern generation. That and Chinese takeout.
Also, under that, shout out to Lyft for that. The last time we had a snowstorm, I had to take like an Uber or Lyft, and some guy in a really nice Beamer came plowing through 8 inches of snow to get me from my apartment. While pulling up to me, apparently, his rearview mirror had rattled off. It was so bumpy on the road. And he was furiously angry the entire drive. He goes, "This is BS. I don't know what I'm doing out here." I'm like, "Yeah, me neither, man. 5 stars."
Giving you a hell of a tip. Enter amount below.
I also have loved seeing a lot of like my older family since I've been serving and talked about my work more, and they've come to see me and realize how much harder it is. Seeing a wonderful increase in the amount of elderly people that start to tip a reasonable amount now, because no, Brenda, $5 is not a reasonable amount for $100 on your check. It's not an accurate tip. But now that all their grandkids are servers and they take sympathy on it, now we're getting reasonable tips from, the elderly folk. That's nice.
Very nice, yeah.
Hell yeah.
People still understand.
It only took them 80 years to learn.
Hey, man.
They always
I'll
do.
learn sometime.
Better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Better late than never.
I'll take it. I don't hate that group of like elderly women coming in for brunch nowadays. I'm like, oh, okay, y'all tip decent.
Yeah. Very nice.
Also, I'm probably not going to remember your face if you tip really poorly, but if you tip me amazingly, I'm going to learn your name and request you as soon as you sit down the next time you come in.
Well, that's half the part of like tipping if you become a regular.
Mhm.
Like, you show that person,
You build a reputation and
See,
you
I'm
get
so
amazing
bad with
quality.
names. If I was a server, I wouldn't know your name until like
You know how easy it is?
like 20 times.
You hand me a credit card every time you come in with your name on it. That's all I need. I don't even have to ask. But the next time you come in, "Hey, what's up, Johnny? Good to see you today. How's your kids doing?" Like, we're gonna become best friends.
Yeah, I just call him guy and dude.
Yeah, I'm
Bro
sure.
and bud.
Yeah, I'm sure I
amazing.
would have come up with like some.
What's
bullshit
happening,
name.
Chief? Like,
I still have one regular. She's an older lady. She's a school teacher. She loves to drink beer and talk so much. So we easily talk 30 minutes every time she comes in, no matter how busy I am. And I have no idea what her name is. Whatsoever.
Yeah, she's gonna like watch this and be like,
that son of a bitch.
I take care of her at least 2 to 4 times a week. And I still do not know her name. But she knows me intimately, knows my life and everything.
Isn't that crazy? Some customers will know details about your life. You have to tell certain people and shit.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I
you
mean,
can
she wants me
open
to
up
do
to
home repair for her house, because I do that anyway. So she's
Oh,
like, "Hey, I got a punch list to knock out at the house if you're bored."
Fuck yeah.
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 yeah, what's nothing wrong with that?
I mean, you get super intimate with your regulars. I mean, you see them more than you usually see your family, so.
Sad reality,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
Mhm. Working 40, 50 hours a week, yeah, you see more than your roommates sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, like y'all talked about, you get more intimate relationships and spend more time with your coworkers, usually than the people you live with.
Yeah, for the most
Yeah,
part.
like that. So it's the same with servers, like with their regulars.
Especially if you work nights and everyone else you live with or whatever has day jobs and shit, you just pass each other every day. So, yeah.
Also, on a random note, because it came to mind, I realize like catcalling is super offensive and has become a big issue over like the last decade and becoming more like prominently talked about. But that shit is so commonplace in every restaurant. And so many lines are crossed in a restaurant that everyone's just completely fine with, that if the exact same thing were to happen on the street, like somebody's gonna get hit.
Yo, you funny you say that because we literally just did an episode about sexual harassment.
Nice.
Yeah, like we just did one. Yeah, that's
So my current job, the very first day I worked there when we had opened the new store, my manager was turning to get something in an office chair and elbowed me directly in the crotch.
Ouch.
And since then, we have had a very uncomfortably open relationship about anything. She's like 5'4" and 50 and about to get a hip replacement, and still makes ridiculous jokes constantly.
Good jokes, bad jokes.
I mean, they're funny, but I don't know if with our 30-year age gap, we should be discussing these things.
I mean, are you okay with it?
Yeah.
Whatever, it makes work funny.
Then it's okay.
But I mean, it kind of feels like if your friend's mom came up and made a dick joke.
I mean,
Depends on the dick.
let's
You're like,
not-
I mean,
let's not
it's
bring
funny,
up,
but...
let's not bring up friends' moms because I've been there, man. Shit happens with like.
Oh, yeah? How is Miss Bonneville?
No. Not that one. Not that one.
Oh.
I wish. Hey, no offense if you're out there and you watching this.
You know what we're talking about.
None at all.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, the weather definitely affects work.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, facts.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you do what you do to stay warm.
Yep.
And that's how we made this bridge all the way to this topic.
Yep.
I mean,
Especially the weird times the weather's like somehow so shitty that people will actually agree, oh, I'm not going out. Like,
Yeah.
remember that time we opened during a hurricane? Like,
Yeah.
it was a category 1. It was a glorified tropical storm. Like, no, we didn't lose power or anything, or the streets weren't like
we're
flooded.
like one of the few people that didn't lose power.
True.
Like dead ass, we were one of the few people that didn't lose power. I drove to work early in the morning, and we were open, and then when power was on, they were like,
We're good to go.
Green lit. And,
So
Y'all
y'all
ever-
restaurants.
Been at a restaurant in the middle of a rush that loses power,
yes.
and the wonderful chaos that ensues after that.
That
there's some
dishwasher
chaos.
has
There's
the
some chaos.
worst day.
Oh no, yeah, it's no chaos. I made sure.
Oh, well, for y'all.
We have
You understand, I got 10 tables with open checks that
open
need
checks.
that.
No, trust me, I've seen that. And
I have to add up your shit.
now do like manual credit cards.
Yes, I have to take down 10 different people's credit card informations. I have to get their name and phone number if I have any issues. I have to total up their bill by hand, add in tax percentages for every check, apply a discount because obviously we're going to give you a discount because the power went out and your meal was ruined, and apply all of that, write it down with a flashlight in the dark while everyone's losing their shit.
And as fast as possible so they get out of there and like...
Yeah, because they don't
Yeah.
want to be there anymore, but they're, nice enough to pay their bills. Some people just leave and there's nothing I can do. But whatever.
Yep, it happens.
Also, if somebody left cash on the table and just walked out, I'm absolutely telling my manager they just left, and that cash goes into my pocket.
I mean, it's a rough life out there. Yeah.
Sorry, company can take that loss. It's a power outage. I don't know what you want me to do,
Yep.
but I'm happy with $60 extra.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. And it's not like you do like a small mom and pop thing. You're like a corporate place pretty much. So
yeah, now, but I mean, any place I've been, generally, I mean, if I have to work during a power outage and do all of that work, I mean,
with
as a server, you make your own money.
yeah.
Yeah, like that ass.
Especially as a bartender, you make your own money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you free drinks, and you're going to tip me the equivalent of what you would have paid for those drinks, because you can't take stock on a keg of beer.
Yeah.
Make sure you come see us, man.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna have a good time.
Remember this face.
Look me up on Instagram. I'm always there. Follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, all that stuff. Also, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below.
Really helps us out.
Also, who do y'all pay for your comments? Because I know none of those things are actually nobody likes y'all that much. So I need to know what Chinese website y'all use.
Yeah, we're
for
fun
fake
people. What the
comments.
fuck?
He says nobody likes us that much, but he's on our show though.
Yeah.
Bro,
He
you
watched one or
came to
two
me
before.
crying.
Oh, I can't even cry. You know what? I did come to him crying.
Mhm.
Yo, I was crying so much because I want people to come see us. So make sure you come out and see us more often.
Yep. Of course, comment below.
Also, during these wonderful COVID times, support local business.
Absolutely, yes.
Go to your mom and pop restaurants. Help them out.
Corporate can make
They
it.
don't get corporate buyouts.
Corporate can make it.
I
Mom,
mean,
pop,
that's
mom.
true.
Yeah, find your local pizza place, order a pizza and a gift card. Just help them get some revenue.
Mhm.
Shit kind of sucks right now.
And tip. You're going for pickup, but just tip them. Fuck it.
Yeah, how much you hurt now for $6? Come on now.
It's not that bad.
Come on, Kevin. You
Yeah.
can do it.
Sweet little people. Mhm.
So what's our next topic?
Well, we got favoritism in the workplace. Got that one person, wherever they're working at, front of the house, back of the house, they seem to go, can do anything they want. That can trouble at all.
Shit.
Whether
Yeah,
they're related to the owner, they're blowing the manager, they're the dealer of the restaurant.
They're-
For some reason, they're valued higher
They're
than
the
you.
snitch or something. They got something going on. Maybe they knew the
Oh,
person
my God.
before. Something's happening, but
I
they
hate
just
exalted snitches.
they have infinite immunity.
Hey, I feel like we about to snitch.
No, I
Yeah.
definitely did
At
have a
the same
job
time.
that had a goody two shoes,
Mhm.
and I definitely got him fired for being a dick. It was rather underhanded, but I went through extensive hoops to jump through just to make sure he got fired. All because I made a mistake. It was wonderful. So we were alternating Fridays. One of us would take one, the next one would take the other one for that particular shift. And we had talked about it in front of the owner and manager at the time because it was a new restaurant that had just opened up.
Okay.
And so we were like, all right, cool. You take this Friday. And I said, I'll take the next one. And then we left from the little meeting we were having, walked outside. And he was like, actually, I forgot. I'm out of town this Friday. Is there any way we can swap that schedule? I was like, yeah, no worries. I don't care. You know, I've been working every Friday, so I have that open anyway.
Mhm.
Come that Friday, mind you, nobody liked this man at all, except for the owner, because family friend or something like that. Was just over kind of a self-entitled prick. So that Friday, I woke up 4 hours late for work. So that was bad. And so, also, this was on a Friday, one of the busiest times for anywhere that serves brunch, as I'm sure y'all are aware. Friday mornings in the summer are generally hell. So, went and got an idea in my head. So I just donned on regular clothes, and I went up to the restaurant I worked at, and I walked in and I asked for a table. And the host looked at me and she goes, "What the hell are you doing here? Why haven't you called?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? This is supposed to be so-and-so shift." Because as far as the manager knew, he was working this Friday. So the manager comes up to me fuming angry, absolutely furious, and he goes, "What the are you doing here? Why haven't you been here? I swear to God, I could kill you right now." And I was like, "What are you talking about? This was Mike's shift. He was supposed to be here. I just came up to grab lunch. I mean, why would I just walk up here in regular plain clothes and come grab a table if I was 4 hours late and supposed to be working? That makes absolutely no sense." And recalling the conversation we had had just a few days prior, he was like, "Shit, this was Mike's shift." So he texted Mike, and Mike texted him, "Yo, I'm out of town. What are you talking about? Nick's supposed to be working." And he went, "No, dude, look, you fucked up," 'cause he's so mad right now, and fired him on the spot. And I never saw Mike in that restaurant again.
Okay.
Ironically, that Monday when he got back from vacation, he hit me up to hang out and discuss just how bullshit he thought this was. And I went over and happily told him, I was like, "Yeah, that's awful, dude. I can't believe they would do that to you." And thus saved my job and got rid of a snitch in one super douchey move.
Well played, sir.
Yeah,
Well
right?
played.
Cheers to that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Very nice.
if you do work in a restaurant, just generally don't screw people over or fuck with people, especially if you're new,
Yeah.
because they know far more than you do.
Mm-hmm.
I also had the owner's mom on my side, which helped so much. She adored me.
Nice.
That does help.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
As
lot.
mad as he was, if mommy tells you to calm down and it's not his fault, it's not his fault.
Mhm.
Steve?
Favoritism?
Yeah, back to the old spot we used to work at before you started working there. There's just one
Damn.
person.
I was going to use this. I was thinking the same.
It was before you
Whatever
lived
You
there.
got time to think now. Go
No,
ahead.
yeah.
There was this one waitress who
Oh, never mind.
very familiar with the owners, knew
Right.
or her parents
I want to
knew.
say some shit that, yeah.
You can tell your story next, don't worry.
I don't know. Yeah.
Calm down. Steve's time.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
This is my time. Down here is our time. So yeah, parents of this waitress knew the owners for many, many years, so they hooked her with a job. And she was like one of these goody two-shoe types too. And she was a very nice person, but she could tell like she would definitely snitch on your ass in a heartbeat if she saw something out of line or
super
play.
fake nice type of. Oh my god, you're great. Can't believe this bitch would do it.
You're not cutting lemons right now, right? Like, so.
Instead of saying something to you directly.
Mhm.
Anyway, sorry.
So, anyways, it was in the winter time, which is much slower on like weekend nights and stuff. And she happened to live right, like our apartment complex was right behind the place we worked at. So she always got to go home early, and the reasoning was, well, if it gets busy and you need me, just give me a call. I'm a block away. I'll walk back over here and help you guys out. Which was
Did that
massive
all the
bullshit
time.
because if you're home, you're home. You're not coming back to work, and you're sure as shit not gonna change the second you get home because no one's gonna do that. And it was slow as fuck. She knew no one would call her, right? And this went on for months on end. And months on before new staff came in, saw this and called bullshit. It was like, hey, it's ridiculous. Point out the logic behind it all, and it was like, well, what can we say? She does live right there. It's like, no, you got, this is unfair as hell. What if I lived down there? Can I? So, waitress came up there, right? And she had a buddy who lived 3 blocks away, so she actually got her driver's license changed to make it seem like she lived just 3 blocks away. And then she pulled the same bullshit, and they're like, nah, you live too far away. It's like, it's 3 blocks away, what the fuck? So now she started going home early, and that one waitress who basically had never worked on the weekends past like 7:30, all of a sudden...
Which is amazing, by the way, in a restaurant. That does not
Yeah,
happen
Yeah.
at all. You
Now-
assume Friday.
Especially
and
for a
Saturday.
night place.
Yeah. So now she has to learn how to close shit down, which apparently she always thought about she knew how to do, but not on the weekend.
Never actually done.
Never
And the
actually
boss
done.
started noticing this, and he got furious. Like, I thought you knew how to do all this stuff. What happens? Like, I know I do it during the week. It's different on weekends, bitch. You got more stuff to do.
A whole lot more.
Mm-hmm. And so eventually, she stopped going home weekends entirely, and then I guess just eventually just moved off to something else, tail between her legs and shit, and it was glorious. Yeah.
Well, as far as closing, you have to assume. I mean, I don't know how cooks go because y'all have a ton to clean, but as servers, even after you close, you still have tables that are going to hang out and eat as long as they want. I mean, I've seen people hang out an hour and a half after we closed,
Which
cut the
said, "Dick
music
move."
off, turn the lights all the way up, and they're still just hanging out, being jovial as hell, having a good old time. And we're just sitting there in the corner like, swear to fucking God, get out of my fucking restaurant. Go home. Like, furious at them.
You want to get the spray bottle, just kind of like,
Yes.
Yo, I
Keep it
love
going.
it when customers are still there and I'm leaving, bro. Like, that's one of my favorites.
But yes, you have to assume even after that last asshole table leaves, you still have to finish sweeping and mopping the whole dining room. Because you can't mop all the tables there because slip and fall risks and whatever, and you always have a manager who makes you wait.
Mhm.
So you have to sweep, mop, clean and wipe down everything in your server station, roll every piece of silverware you have left. I mean, on average, servers don't leave with at least an hour, hour and a half after the restaurant actually closes. So closing at 10 means I get home at midnight, maybe. So don't stay late.
yeah.
Don't be that dick.
Yeah, just because you bought your meal, you didn't rent the table. Like,
Favorite one is somebody comes in like, oh, what time do you close? Be like, in 3 minutes. Like, oh, thank God we made it. Like, made what? Everyone here furious at you?
Yeah,
That's
right?
all you made.
made the coach
Like,
open your
literally
food, like-
everybody.
This
from
comes up in the
from the
movie.
dishwasher, the cook, the server,
You
the
make
manager. Like, everybody's like,
Because
man.
now everyone just postponed going home by at least an hour. Even if you put your food right in and everything, they have to cook it, re-clean everything they did. People have to take care of you. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my story is not as long as y'all's. Alright. So, back in the day, we used to work at this restaurant where the whole family worked there. Like, literally the whole family, from the cousins, the sister, brother, and mama, like everybody in the whole
It
family.
was a true,
worked
like,
there.
mom
I
and
thought
pop
those were
family.
different people. Somebody wasn't a cousin, sister,
No,
brother.
no.
There was one or two times. There was a couple times they brought.
Alright, so back in the day, me and Matt used to work at this restaurant. everybody in their family used to work there. Like literally, the mom, brother, sister, cousin, anybody in that family tree was working there. So you couldn't really say shit to these people. Yeah, there's from like their like one of the servers would be like one of the cousins, like, and I can say like you could say shit to them, but like who the fuck are you? Like
You couldn't really call them out on
you as a
something,
cook, like the cook's there, like y'all got your job done. Like I'm not gonna say I didn't have like my own privileges and stuff as a cook, but at the same time it wasn't on the same level as what the family members had. Yeah, it's just like I literally will make pounds of food just for these family members, and
it always has
it
to
was
be perfect.
it was always perfect. Like I really just felt like they were taking my loss because everybody in this family was always eating for free all the time, and we weren't that busy. Like we weren't making that much money.
Had the same thing.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like I said, my story ain't as big as y'all's, but
I mean, if family comes
favoritism,
in,
that's
it's
just
gotta be perfect.
yeah.
If
for
any
sure.
owner's friends, owner's family, anything like that comes, you have to assume they get the best of the best quality service, food, everything has to be immaculate for them. And they're not gonna pay a bill, and you might get a decent tip.
Yeah.
Maybe. But either way, it still has to be impeccable, because for most places, any direct complaint from close family of the owner mentioning your name is almost a guaranteed death certificate for your job. If they go to the owner and go, "Oh,
If not,
Nick or
like,
Steve absolutely ruined my meal. They gave us a horrible experience."
At the very least, a write up.
Oh, at the very least.
at the very least.
If not a cutting
if
of
you're not, like
hours.
you're cutting your hours, you're getting shitted on for a while. Like
You might get lucky with like an in-law or something, but beyond that, you're definitely getting punished in some way, shape, or form.
That's true. If I found out the owner hated his in-laws and I ruined their day, you might get a raise. But you gotta play that one by ear, depending on where you're at.
depending on how much they actually hate their in-laws, you know what I mean?
Maybe
'Cause
like,
they're still family.
Maybe a
Yeah.
thumbs up to a free slice of cheesecake, maybe a raise. It depends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On that note, let's do this 20 questions.
of course. Yep.
Let's see a piece of paper.